Hello, my friends. Welcome. I'm Alexandria Nicole. I am the founder of Elevate Your Growth. And today I wanted to have a little bit of a conversation about leadership. We're going to go over 5 talking points, 5 lessons, 5 things that I have learned on my journey. Hoping to empower you. I'm very excited about the things that I've learned and sharing those things with you. But you're definitely going to want to stick around for the 5th one because that's where the tools and the lessons and the things that I've learned in my journey that's really going to create a transformation for you. So first, I want to start by saying that leadership is very challenging. And to every leader that is watching this, thank you. I don't know how often you hear it. I don't know if you even hear it at all, but thank you for continuing to show up and sow into people, whether it's leadership exhibited in your family, in your business, in your company, your organization, support staff, whatever way that you show up in your leadership role, thank you. Because we think about our leaders as people that don't have their own issues, people that have everything together, they've got all that we turn to and we consider our mentors, our friends, people that we can count on to help us overcome certain circumstances or overcome hardships, overcome maybe some gaps in our journey in the information that we're receiving in order to be better, right? But we don't oftentimes look as people who have their own lives outside of the camera, who have moms and dads and brothers and sisters and children. We just see them for how it is that they are serving us in the moment, not really stopping. How are they doing? So I just wanted to say, how are you? Thank you for continuing to show up, continuing to be love and light, continuing to answer the calling on your life. And a lot of times, moving forward and being consistent and persevering and growing and learning and expediting your own process in order to show up. So first off, thank you. So leadership, to think about being a leader, it's very intentional. It's something that requires focus and daily sowing into in order to be the best version of yourself, especially when you're taking your calling as a leader seriously, when it's more than just a title. You know, there was a point in my life where years ago, where when I was still operating in a space where I was looking for outside validation and wanted to be affirmed by the accolades, right? So doing all these things and making all these moves and pursuing all of these operations and all of these opportunities because the title. What I didn't realize then is that the title doesn't matter. If I am serving from a place of wanting to be affirmed or serving from a place of seeking validation, then I'm already not hitting the mark. Leadership is about taking your gifts and sowing into other people. It's actually not about us at all. It's about how many lives you can touch, how many lives can you influence in a positive way. That's why God calls us, and if you're watching this, you're more than likely one of the people that have been called, but that's why God calls us to lead. It's actually servitude. So once I started to actually understand as a leader what that looks like, how I show up in that space, what I really myself so that I can become the best version of Alexandria, of how I show up in this world, so that I can sow into others, so that I can take my lived experience and teach others, so that I can help other people's journey be a little less stressful from the experiences that I've had. And praise God, I have been documenting my first it was for me so that I can have statistics and data and know how to pivot and know what works and what doesn't work and how to empower my business. But what I didn't realize is that God would take the documentation that I was using to empower myself and my business and my team and actually use that as tools to empower thousands of people. But once I understood my calling, I started to really step into it and I started to understand that this is a space that needs to be honored and approached with humility, and it's a chosen profession. It is a chosen role. I realized that I have to be more intentional with it. We as leaders have to be intentional in our roles as leaders. So, how do we do that? We have to dedicate time, just like anything in life. You have to dedicate time to it daily. You have to carve out time. We have to be accountable. We have to look within and ask, what are the areas that I need to improve upon? What are the places that I need to be better in? Talk to other people, receive feedback, because sometimes it's as simple as you don't know what you don't know. It's not so easy to identify our own blind spots all the time, right? But take the time daily to really cultivate who you are and how you show up as a leader. And really do your due diligence to be the best version of yourself. And understand that this is about giving of ourselves. And not always easy. It's not always easy. And I'm speaking to myself in this because I'm still very much so learning as my body changes, as there's other things happening within my family, all of these other dynamics in life, everything is evolving. Everything is, we have to be willing to change with the times. My body is not going to show up right 39, about to be 40 in a couple of months, in the same way that it did 20 years ago. I have two things that contribute to my health every day. I have an autoimmune deficiency called sarcoidosis. It's targeted in my lungs, and I have degenerative spine disease. So for the last 2 weeks prior to Corks, Connections, and Costumes, my back, I attempted to take it easy. A lot of the work that I was doing from bed. And then the night of Courts, Connections, and Costumes, once we got through the event, made some incredible connections, my back totally went out. My husband had to help me get up the next morning. We have to understand ourselves and give ourselves grace when we need it. That's going to look like understanding the difference between perseverance and pushing through our emotions, or pushing through those times where we just don't feel like it, but we know we need to show up, versus actually identify the time that we need to recuperate so that we can fill our own cup. And I'm in the middle of still learning what that looks like, because I'm constantly looking for ways to strengthen our community, to strengthen the people within it, to sow into the people within our community, to teach people what they need to know, to fill in the gaps, listening to feedback. I'm constantly in a state of listening and action. But there's also moments where I just need to sit down. So understand that that's a part of it too. Knowing ourselves, understanding leadership is intentional, but also doing what we need to do for ourselves. Okay? The second thing, hardships are a part of the journey. We're 100% going to make, 100% going to sign the wrong partnership deals. We're 100% going to say yes to people that it should have been a no. That is a part of it. But that is the difference between leadership that you learn and circumstances that you become discouraged by. We have to, in the essence, that when we do make a mistake, we need to not become defeated by it, lay down, not get up. That's not the move. We need to take a step back from it, make sure that we are in an emotionally healthy place to really evaluate what's happening, and articulate the aspects of the things that you did incorrectly in this process. Instead of thinking, well, this was a bad hire, what am I going to do? Think to yourself, what kind of processes can I put in place to make sure that this doesn't happen again? And guess what? It could 100% happen again. But we must always be ready to pivot. We must always be ready to learn from our lessons. Hardships are a part of it. We cannot become paralyzed from fear and not make any moves, any decisions, and become stagnant and achieve nothing that God has for us. Not touching the lives, not moving the needles forward. People, and I know if you're watching this, you are one of those people. There are people whose lives will be changed up. Understand that a part of the journey is going to be hardship. The third thing is perseverance is our superpower. Perseverance is our superpower. The ability to continue to move forward after consistent no's, after consistent ghosting, after consistent circumstances that you don't necessarily love, holding the weight of your role as a leader while also managing the aspects of your personal life, your family life, your home life, your finances, your goals, life. We are juggling a lot, and it's okay. It's okay to feel that it is challenging, but you have to keep moving forward. Have your moment, feel your feelings, but live and operate in the perseverance. Give yourself the space and the grace to heal and recuperate. If you're struggling with something physically, if you're struggling with something financially, if you're struggling with something in your family, take the time that you need. Hi, Ramon, welcome in. Take the time that you need, but keep moving forward. Do not let the present moment define your outcome. That's God's job. It's our calling to show up, to learn our lessons, to not be defeated by the challenges, but to learn from them and then keep moving the needle forward. People need your voice. People need your encouragement. They need your level of expertise. It is our, and there will be people that are on the other side of transformation that are looking for you and counting on you and are aligned and assigned to you in divinity that will not get to the other side of their transformation and their calling if you had given up. If you let the hardships in your find how you show up in consistency, that is going to create a ripple effect through the timeline. It's our job. When we accept the calling, it is our role. When you understand who you are, when you say yes to God, when you say yes to your assignment, when you move forward, it is our job to learn how to navigate that role in leadership. But above all else, take a break, take a nap, cry, do whatever you need to do, but we mustn't give up. Like I said, I am personally going through things right now, facing horrible things in my person with my family, facing physical discomfort right now as I'm sitting here with my back. I got a steroid shot 2 days ago. I've got to go back to the doctor, but guess what? I'm going to be on the Prayer Warriors call. I'm going to honor all the meetings I have today. I'm going to be carving time out, positioning things within our Elevate Your Growth ecosystem so that I can take some time and rest. Because rest is also productive. But I know my personal boundaries. And I want you to understand, don't be so hard on yourself. This is all of our first time having this experience of life. We're all just trying to figure it out. And nobody has 100% of the answers. So don't feel like you have to show as if you do have 100% of the answers. That's not reality. It's your job to figure out your role and to honor yourself and to keep moving forward so that you can live in your calling. The fourth thing is the intentionality plus the hardship, that equals the perseverance, that equals the transformation. Because like I said, I'm in a struggle with family dynamics, physical. But what did this teach me? That taught me I'm way too tethered to elevate your growth. That I need to start to delegate more. I need to be putting more people in positions so that I can take a step back to deal with some things that I need to deal with. That's what I'm learning from. Instead of consistently operating in this rat race, where we're consistently going, and wear and tear and getting consistently torn down. How many of you operate in that space right now where you feel like if you stopped right here today, that what you've built would stop with you? And what do you want to do about it? What do you plan to do about it? Keep operating in that space or take a step back, processes, build systems, put key players in place, trust people, evaluate people with discernment, build the life you want to build. So let it inform you of how to be better on your outcome. And the fifth thing, the thing that I wanted you to stay around and get is the reflection of all of this. It requires reflection. We have to audit ourselves. We have to be accountable about the areas in our life that we need to cover in grace, that we need to step it up, that we need to outsource, that we need to delegate, that we need to be better. Because if we're out here tired and raggedy and beat up and your body hurting and your family's falling apart and everything around you is chaos, how sustainable is that really? It's not. People need your encouragement. 100%, Ramon. People need to be encouraged. There's enough dark sadness. There's enough struggle. We're called to be salt and light. We need to honor ourselves, honor our boundaries, put systems in place, put people in place, learn how to trust, learn how to overcome, learn how to be accountable, learn how to look within, learn how to be minded our own of thinking about how can I be a better version of myself in order for me to have my maximum impact on the world, maximum impact on my assignment, maximum impact on my calling. It requires us looking within. So that's the fifth and final thing. It's an accountability question. Challenges have shaped the leader that you are today. Really think about it. Really take stock of your life and your journey. Let your challenges empower you. Take a little break to audit where you are and where you want to be. And do you have everything in place that you need to have in place to get to where you want to be? But all remain tethered. Do not let your goals define how you show up in this life. What do I mean by that? I mean that we are not supposed to misunderstand complacency for contentment. You can be content right now where you are in your life. Contentment is supposed to strive for. Contentment is supposed to show up every day in our life, no matter the circumstance. So don't be defined by your goals and constantly striving and hustling and doing all the things so aggressively that you now are hyper-focused on some end game and reaching some destination, feeling like once I get there, I'll be happy. Once you get there, you will see that you... Because the entire journey is what we're supposed to be content in and learning in and becoming better in. It's not a finish line. It's not something we're striving for in the future. We're supposed to put it here today. Let that define you. So think about the challenges. And are you intentional in your daily actions towards growth and impact? What are you doing daily? Are you working out daily? Are you eating healthy daily? Are you reading daily? Are you listening to a podcast daily? Are you listening to an audiobook daily? Are you journaling? Are you taking notes? Are you taking book referrals and writing them down? And Heather says, and you exemplify those qualities. Thank you, Heather. I give it my very best every day. So don't just listen to this today, you guys. Let's execute. Transformation requires action. Listen, retain, learn, understand, and then incorporate, execute, move the needle forward. I can buy you all the ingredients of a cake and bring it to your house. It takes you to combine those ingredients, to bake it, to incorporate into it, for it to actually become a cake, for it to actually get the outcome that you want. So let's make today a day of action, however that looks like for you. For some, it might be resting. For some, it might be tapping back in to your motivation and moving forward. For some, it might just be getting out of the bed because you were battling depression. Whatever that looks like, whatever leadership looks like for you, give it your very best. And give it your very best every day. And make sure to rest when you need to. Do not worry about the judgments from anyone else, including yourself. Do what you need to do for yourself. And thank you again to all the leaders who are intentional, who do the work, and who are genuinely doing it for other people. I'm proud of you. I'm grateful that you exist. And I'm thankful that we are connected if you're seeing this right now. I love you. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. I'm going to be hopping off because we're doing Prayer Warriors Zoom call at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I love you guys. Rest of your day. Bye.